Good morning. This is a wonderful morning, even though it's raining outside. This is a bright, sunshiny day in here, isn't it? Okay, this today is your lesson on veterans. The other day was Veterans Day, but we're celebrating it today. And I hope each of you were able to bring a veteran so you can attend the reception afterwards. But we want to thank all of our veterans for their dedication, their sacrifice that they've made to this country so that we can be a free country. Mrs. Dunphy, along with the fourth graders, have put on the program, and next year, third grade, you'll get to put on the program, okay? I'm going to have each of the veterans come in and announce their name and tell you what branch of the service they were in. And as they do that, I want you to give them a big round of applause. Can we do that? Okay. Thank you, visitors, for coming. We appreciate you spending your morning with us. I hope you enjoy your time. We will enjoy ours.
My name's First Sergeant Tim Carpenter. I did 26 years in the Army as an infantry.
Sam Sheehan, United States Navy.
Earl Goodall, U.S. Army.
Adam Burcham, U.S. Army.
Dale Bertram, U.S. Air Force.
Greg Payne, U.S. Army. I was in the Air Force.
Mark Benson, U.S. Air Force.
Hi, my name is Pat Warnicki, and I was with the Army Nurse Corps.
John Warnicki, also the Army Nurse Corps.
Randy Thompson, United States Navy.
Kenny Dillon, U.S. Marines. Paul Byram, U.S. Navy.
Shane Irwin, United States Marine Corps.
Dan Hayes, U.S. Navy.
Pam Hayes, U.S. Army.
Philip Reed, U.S. Army.
Ray Watts, 1st Cav Air Mobile.
Mark Atkins, U.S. Army.
Larry Davis, U.S. Army. Albert Bigger, U.S. Army.
Jack Walters, U.S. Army.
David Foster, U.S. Army.
Matt Fletcher, U.S. Air Force, U.S. Army Reserve.
Fred Persinger, United States Navy.
Charlie Kitchen, United States Navy Seabees.
Ron Maddox, U.S. Army.
Warren Napier, U.S. Navy.
Chris Walters, U.S. Marine Corps.
Charles Dennison, United States Army.
Dick Eaton, U.S. Army.
Joe Pemberton, United States Army.
Gerald Duty, U.S. State Army. Dwight Adkins, U.S. Army.
Kenny Gillespie, United States Air Force.
John Ferguson, U.S. Air Force.
Ron Fetty, United States Army.
David Jackson, U.S. Navy.
Andrew Copley, U.S. Army.
Johnny Jones, U.S. Navy.
Danny Backley, U.S. Army.
Thomas Schneider, United States Navy. Napier, U.S. Army.
Bill Bush, U.S. Army.
Bill Heston, U.S. Navy Reserve. Dale Heston, Army Reserve. Dean Cooper, U.S. Army.
Tom Williams, U.S. Air Force.
Randy Harper, U.S. Navy.
Norman Nance, Army.
Good morning. Sanford Falk, U.S. Army.
Mike Childers, U.S. Air Force.
William Simpson, U.S. Army. Al Snyder, U.S. Army.
Carl Root, U.S. Marine Corps.
Asa Newton, Army.
Jason Pine, Air Force.
Kimberly Mills, Army.
Bill Staley, Navy.
Clifford Hankins, U.S. Army.
Beth Hankins, Army.
Joe Howdy Shell, Army.
Jack Pettigrew, Army.
Jason Ward, Marine Corps.
John Lang, Marine Corps.
Joe Galloway, Army.
Marine Navy.
Todd Mills, U.S. Army.
Edgar Hernandez, Army.
Trent Barnett, U.S. Navy.
Gerald McMillan, United States Marine.
James McNeil, United States Army.
Tom Bexfield, U.S. Air Force.
John Tiller, U.S. Army.
Keith Fletcher, United States Air Force.
Dick Stewart, United States Air Force.
Jack Dillard, U.S. Army.
C.J. Martin, United States Air Force.
Alex Ortega, U.S. Marines.
Hope Johnson, Army.
Lindsay Bosick, United States Air Force.
Mike Coffey, U.S. Army.
Rob Stinnett, Go Air Force.
Jeff Moore, U.S. Army.
James Williams, U.S. Army.
Chase Tracy, U.S. Army.
Danny Wiley, Sergeant, U.S. Army.
Ed Goff, U.S. Army.
Aaron Atkins, United States Marine.
Desiree Climore, U.S. Army.
Jonathan Williams, U.S. Army.
Dana Cornell, United States Marine Corps.
If my counting is correct, boys and girls, we have 99 veterans here today. Let's give them a big round of applause.
I want you to enjoy our program. The United States flag has 13 stripes. 7 are red and 6 are white. The stripes represent the 13 original colonies.
The United States flag also has 50 white stars on a blue background. The 50 stars represent the 50 states in the U.S.
The first flag was designed in 1777. The flag has been changed many times since then.
The Pledge of Allegiance was first published in 1892, Boston, Massachusetts, to celebrate the 400th anniversary of the discovery of America.
The Pledge of Allegiance was first used in public schools to commemorate Columbus Day on October 12, 1892.
The Pledge of Allegiance received official recognition by Congress as an act approved on June 22, 1942. The phrase "under God" was added by a congressional act on June 14, 1954. Please stand for the presentation of our flag by our local Boy Scout troop. We Below's Pack 36.
Color guard attention. Color guard forward march. Color guard halt. Color guard, audience please rise. Please recite the Pledge of Allegiance. Color guard, cross the colors. Color guard, post the flag of the great state of Ohio. Color guard post the flag of the United States of America. Color guard on your colors. Color guard return to ranks. Color guard dismissed.
Please remain standing for the Star-Spangled Banner. Please be seated. When Francis Scott Key wrote the Star-Spangled Banner almost 200 years ago, he called America the land of the free and the home of the brave. Those words are as true today as they were then.
On Sunday, November 11th, our nation celebrated the holiday called Veterans Day. To mark this important holiday, we are pleased to honor the men and women of our armed forces with this musical salute. Each and every day, countless sacrifices are made by the brave men and women in our armed forces. Today, we salute you.
Today we are honored to have veterans among us, and many of you in this audience may have friends or family that have served or are currently serving in the armed forces right now.
To the veterans that are with us here today, and to the families of veterans, we thank you.
We will not forget the sacrifices that you have made for each of us.
World War I officially ended June 28, 1919, in the town of Versailles, France. However, fighting ceased 7 months earlier when an armistice went into effect of the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month.
In November of 1919, President Woodrow Wilson proclaimed November 11th as the first commemoration of Armistice Day. If the idealistic hope had been realized that World War II was the war to end all wars, November 11th might still be called Armistice Day. But in 1954, President Dwight D. Eisenhower changed the name to Veterans Day so we may honor all veterans.
November, the end of World War I. Our soldiers were stuck in cold, wet, muddy trenches while bullets whizzed overhead and bombs exploded all around. Then a truce was declared on a chilly November day. Today, we are honored to welcome each of you to our school.
We are all inspired by your service to our country. Throughout the nation's history, American soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Coast Guardmen have bravely answered the call to defend our freedom, to aid our friends and allies, to turn back our aggressors.
We can never fully repay our debt of gratitude to the American service members who died in battle or were wounded.
We can, however, recognize and thank the veterans still living today. We have created a special slideshow tribute entitled We Remember, in the honor of the friends and family members of our school community who have valiantly protected our country through the American Armed Forces.
Yesterday. Today, indeed, is our privilege to say thank you to all America's veterans and to honor them for their service and sacrifices.
The price of freedom is high. We cannot afford to forget those willing to pay it.
Today, we celebrate American veterans for keeping this nation, the land of the free and the home of the brave. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night from the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans, wide we fall. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
They left their friends and family. They gave up normal life to serve their country.
They plowed with strife, they fought for freedom and for peace on the strange and forgotten shores.
Some lost new friends, some lost their lives in long and brutal wars. This Veterans Day, we salute each and every one of them, the noble and the brave.
The ones still here with us today and those who rest in a grave.
So here's to our country's heroes that are cut above the rest.
Let's give them the honor that is due to our country's really best.
Once again, on behalf of our entire school community, I thank you for being here today, and I thank you for your service to our country.
We have a special award today. If you've looked in our program, we have special visitors from the Lawrence County Veterans Bureau and straight from the governor's office last week. So our Veterans Officer, Tim Carpenter, is going to explain and present a special honor.
I want to talk to you about the Ohio Veterans Hall of Fame. It's a very difficult honor to achieve. Just to let you know, there was 119 recommended. Only 20 were selected. In the county alone, there's only been 5 in the history of this award, which is a little over 20 years. I'd let you know that's a very hard, difficult achievement. In the military, we're taught to always set the standard. And to achieve an achievement like this gentleman achieved, you have to be the standard. The guy I'm about to introduce, he served his country during the Korean War. Came back, he served the county, he served the township right here, and now he serves the veterans of Lawrence County as one of my commissioners. With that, like I said, there's only 5, so I want to introduce the 6th Ohio Veterans Hall of Fame inductee, Mr. Dean Cooper.
I think it was a great program, don't you all? I'm glad to be here, and I got this outfit on. My daughter wanted me to wear it, and she always gets me in trouble. But our VFW always comes over here every year. And I would like to announce if any of you are eligible for the VFW, would love to have you down here. And I appreciate everything been going on. I've been to Columbus last week, and it was really something. I couldn't believe it. So thank you very much.
Good morning, kids and audience. We are your Lawrence County Commissioners, Commissioner Deanna Holliday and Commissioner Freddie Hayes. We're so proud to be here with you this morning to honor our veterans and to also honor Dean Cooper, who we are so very proud of here in our county. As Tim said, the military sets such high standards, and we here in Lawrence County want to set that same level of standards. We want to be recognizing our veterans at the highest level because we want them to know how much we love them and how much we care for them. And so how we honor our veterans here in Lawrence County is very important to your elected officials. We have partnered with our Veterans Office here in the county, and we have committed to honoring a Veteran of the Year each and every year. So this year it was only fitting that we award the Veteran of the Year to Dean Cooper. He has obviously been recognized as a leader in the military by our state, and so it was an easy choice for us this year. I'm going to let Mr. Hayes read our proclamation.
Good morning. On behalf of the Board of Lawrence County Commissioners, we do hereby proclaim Dean Cooper as Veteran of the Year in Lawrence County. Thank you for your service, Dean. Signed, Bill Pratt, Freddie Hayes, Deanna Holliday.
That concludes our program today, and now we'll have our reception, but I'd like to again thank our fourth grade, their teachers, and Mrs. Dunphy for the program, and our special guests, and all of you for coming today. I do have two young men behind the scenes. Boys, if you would come out front here, they were working on our sound system. Sam Dunphy and Kyle Salyers. Would you two boys like to say a few words? They're the men behind the scenes. Again, we thank you for coming, and I'm going to see if my students have their listening ears on. If you have a veteran that attended the program today, I'd like for you to stand and walk to the veteran at this time.
In freedom, Lord.